like, this, my father said this to me. But who do we want to be is important at every stage also of our lives. And she has this book called Just Who Will You Be? Right. But would you talk about that? And this changes, Maria, wouldn't you agree, at different stages of our lives? But not enough people ask the question.
I think absolutely. I think, it's a good time to ask it coming out of this pandemic.
Yeah.
We're all very different people than we were before this pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
How are we coming out? How are we taking the gift of coming out and going out into the world? What have we learned? How have we changed? What did we notice during that time, right? Yeah. Who checked in on us? Who did we check in on? Who turned out to be important? What turned out to be important? Mm-hmm. So I think it's, I used to always say that I noticed growing up in a political family, it was the only profession that penalized you if you changed your mind, and still does, by the way.
You're right.
It doesn't allow for you to have been affected by life, to change your mind. You're always pointing, you're a flip-flopper, you're a changer. Right. And I don't want to, to me, what's really troublesome, somebody at 50 who's exactly the same as they were at 30.
Me too.
No, that's a problem, because that means that for 20 years, nothing made you think, nothing made you reevaluate, nothing impacted you. Yes. How could that be? How could that be? Yes. Right? And so, like in that last book I wrote, I've been thinking, I write a lot about all the things that I was wrong about, that I've changed my ideas about, because life has happened to me, right? Yeah. My parents are both dead. I got separated after being with one person for 34 years. My kids are grown up. They've left their house. I've achieved certain things in my journalism career that, propelled me. So I've got to be different at this age than I was in my 20s.
That was one of my questions, Maria. What is one thing you used to really believe about life that you no longer believe? Just one thing.
Oh, my God. I used to think that, weakness was kindness. I used to think that, being gentle was a sign of weakness. Really? I used to believe, oh, my God, I have so many things I used to believe. I used to believe you had to earn your way into your parents' heart. I really believed that. I really believed that if I did well in my professional career, that my parents would love me. And if I didn't do well, they wouldn't. I was wrong about so many things. I believed that divorce was a huge sin. I believed that I grew up as a Catholic. I believed that priests were infallible. I believed that women should be secondary citizens in the church. So today I'm angry at my church. I believed that the Democratic Party was the only way. I resigned from the Democratic Party. I believed, I never believed I'd be sitting here single at my age. I would have thought that was like, what's up with that girl, that she's single at that age? Does she not have anybody who loves her? What's wrong with her? So there's a lot of stuff that I thought, if I were that 30-something-year-old, 35, 40-year-old girl looking at me, that I would have made a judgment about.